but I kindly ask that you don't accuse me of something I haven't done. Okay. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Erica and I make videos all about making and selling candles, but today's video is going to be just a little bit different than what I typically talk about. So in today's video, I wanted to tell you guys the story of the past 12 hours and kind of what has happened. So that is what I'm going to jump right into this video, and I apologize if I get a little stressed out and heated in this video. This whole situation basically gave me a heat rash, but just because I get so much of that built up energy and frustration, but it got me very heated. And I have talked about this with quite a few of my family members, so I have been able to kind of talk it through, but as soon as I talk with you guys about it, I can kind of vent about it, rant about it, and then get over it. So moving on, what this video is going to be about. So this happened last night, and it was around 9 o'clock. I was getting ready for bed, and yes, I know, I'm a grandma, so I get ready for bed at around 9 o'clock. And I was getting into bed, I was answering some DMs, and somebody had reached out to me saying, hey, I was scrolling through Etsy and I noticed that somebody is using your photos. I wasn't sure if you were aware, but I wanted to bring it to your attention. So I saw that message, and some people in the past have told me, hey, this person created a like a label that looks exactly like yours. I just wanted to show you and tell you. That is a little bit different than somebody actually taking a photo that you use and that you have taken. You have taken that photo. I took this photo and using it as their own with their own label on it. So they sent me the photo, some screenshots, and lo and behold, it was exactly my photo. It was this photo in particular. This is my photo. And what they did was they took the label, so they whited it out, and then they put their label right on top of it. So of course, initially looking at these photos, I'm like, oh my gosh, like this person totally used my photo. Like that sucks. You know, I'm gonna send them a message and see if they can take it down. And as I was messaging back and forth with one of my followers who had told me the situation, which I'm not going to name them, by the way, just in case the person who took my photo sees this video. I don't want them reaching out to that person and giving them any hate, so I'm not going to name that person, but I do thank you so much for bringing this to my attention. But I kind of went back and forth with them, and they had told me, yeah, and their description is very similar to yours as well. And I hadn't even looked at the description yet. So I went through and I looked at the description, and I am not even joking, you guys. Literally copy and paste, word for word, exactly my description. And that to me kind of got to me, because it was basically, you are taking my listing and you are just putting your name and your brand on it, everything. I mean, the photo of it, I took that photo, you just put your label on the photo, and then they take my exact description. I mean, I'm not even joking, you guys. They changed up maybe just the parts that would be where they live. So instead of me saying in my small apartment in Murrieta, California, they put in wherever they live. And I'm just like, are you serious right now? Also, with the part where it says the story, so if you guys can see right here, it says the story. They didn't even write a story in there. So I'm not going to show any of their information because I obviously don't want to have any hate towards this person. This is just a story of what happened, so I don't want to give any indication of what this brand is. But I was just looking at it and I'm like, why are you just copy and pasting it? I understand getting inspiration, but to take word for word somebody else's words, that's plagiarism. We learned that in school, you guys. We learned that back in like kindergarten, that you're not supposed to be doing that. Maybe not kindergarten, maybe like 3rd or 4th grade. Whenever we learned about plagiarism, it has always been so crucial. Do not take anybody else's words. You have to take inspiration from what they're saying, rewrite it into your own words, and make it your own. You don't have to do word for word what somebody else is doing. So I was looking at this. I, of course, I text my sister every day, all day. So I told her about it, told my boyfriend about it, who was sitting right next to me. And they had basically just said, like, F her, like, just report her account. And I gotta say, you guys, I have so much respect and empathy for new businesses and people starting out, because I could tell she was a new business. She had only had maybe a few sales. I don't even know if she had any reviews. Maybe she had one review. And when I looked at her Instagram account, she had uploaded all of those photos in one day of my wax melts, and that it looked like she had just started her account. She had uploaded it on August 31st. So I know that she had just started her account. She had just started her Etsy shop. And for me to not even give her the chance to rectify the situation, take the photos down, and whether or not she was going to respond, whether or not she was going to admit fault, whatever it was, I wanted to give her a chance to at least fix it, because you can't just go and report somebody. You have to give them a chance to fix it. And I had thought back to actually a couple months ago, somebody had reached out to me in my DMs and told me that I used one of their photos in my YouTube video. It was a YouTube video all about wicks, and I had taken a photo from online, and it was to show the wick on what it looks like when it's mushrooming. And that was my bad. I should have given them credit in the video. I should have put where that photo came from and gave them credit. And I didn't want it, I made it look like I took that photo, and I didn't take that photo. So that was my bad, and they reached out to me to let me know that that was their copyrighted photo. And I understood that. So this situation, it made me think of that, and it made me glad that that person didn't just report my YouTube video. They took the time to see if I could rectify the situation, and I did. I gave them credit for it in the description box. They were satisfied. We moved on. So I wanted to do the same for this girl. And again, I could tell by her photo, she looks very young. She looks like maybe she's, if that, 19, 20 years old, something like that. So I really didn't want to just go and report her Etsy account, because I know that Etsy can be really harsh and ban people for no absolute reason. So with her being such a new account, I didn't want to report all of her photos and then ban her account. And then now she feels like she can't start her own business. What if this is her dream? What if she just made a mistake? So all these things are going through my head. So I basically told my sister and my boyfriend, like, hey, I understand, but this situation happened to me, and I want to be able to give her the same respect that I got from somebody reaching out to me so that I could fix the situation. So last night I spent some time writing out a message. I wanted it to be very straightforward, still as kind as possible. I didn't want to be rude, but I definitely wanted to be stern. So what I did was I clicked on one of her listings that was using my photo, and I basically responded with that as the title, essentially, when you click on and when you have questions about a listing. So I said, hi, I wanted to kindly reach out to you because I noticed that you are using my photo and nearly identical descriptions for your products. I'm not sure if you were aware that using someone else's photo without their permission is considered copyright infringement. Also, copying and pasting someone else's words is plagiarism. I didn't want to contact Etsy without first giving you the chance to rectify the situation and take the photos down and adjust your descriptions. I hope to hear from you soon. Thank you, Erica. So I sent that last night at about 10 o'clock, and I didn't expect to get a response at all, let alone, within like 5 minutes or so. So I knew that I wasn't going to get a response right away. So I went to bed, and I woke up at about 6 o'clock this morning, and first thing I did was I checked to see if I got a response. No response. So I looked on her Etsy shop, and she had taken all of those listings down. She didn't even change the photo, she just took it all down. So I had then looked over on her Instagram, took all the photos down. So I'm thinking, okay, I might have scared her a little bit, and she might have just went and took all the photos down, and she's not going to respond to me. She responded, "Hello, Erica. Yes, I am completely aware of what plagiarism and copyright law is. I wanted to point out that I had actually purchased my photo online, and if this is your photo, then you should be aware they are being sold to businesses such as myself. Out of respect to the work we both do, I changed my photos. I have never once considered copying and pasting your description because until today, I have never landed on your Etsy shop. There is a common way to write a description and kept to a template while using my own words. I try to do my research well, and if I would have known we had similar descriptions, I would have reached out. However, with everyone selling on Etsy, I can't monitor every business. I respect you and the work you do, but I kindly ask that you don't accuse me of something I haven't done." Okay. Did you guys see this photo? Did you see this? Does this not look copy and pasted? Tell me that I'm not crazy. This is word for word, copy and pasted. And it's crazy to me because I understand if you're being caught and people think, okay, well, I'm just gonna lie my way out of this. I'm just gonna, you know, just keep throwing out lies. And, okay. I took a moment because all of her other photos look very photoshopped. They look like standard mock-up type of photos. So with her telling me that she purchased it from a site that would do like a mock-up photo site, I kind of took a moment and I was like, you know what? She might be telling the truth because all of her other photos have a look of being a mock-up. If you guys don't know what a mock-up is, here's an example. It's a website, many websites have it. You can even get mock-ups on Etsy. I used to do t-shirt mock-ups. It's basically like if I were to take a picture in this black shirt and then people can basically Photoshop a design onto the shirt. I'm sure you guys have seen that a bunch. Mock-ups are very popular. I was thinking, you know what, she actually might be telling the truth because all of her other photos are very mock-up-y. And trust me, you guys, it took every ounce of just self-control to not reply back with a side-by-side of the description. I think the description made me upset more than the photo in this message back because yes, with the photo, if she's telling the truth that she purchased it from another website, I can understand how that could be like, I paid for it. You know, that's technically my photo. Now you should take it up with them because I bought it off of another website. But for her to tell me, don't accuse me of doing something I didn't do, and yet it's so blatantly obvious that she copied and pasted my exact description, I so badly wanted to send her a side-by-side and say, can you please show me where this is not copy and pasted? But I wanted to be nice because I wanted more information from her. So this is what I responded with. Can you please tell me what website you purchased it from so that I can contact them and have them take it down? I appreciate you taking down the photos and changing up the description so quickly. Her response: the website I got it from was Place It by Envato. I hold a subscription with them. I hope it can be resolved? So I said, thank you for letting me know the website. I just tried to search, find it, but was unable to. Could you please link to the exact listing? I would really appreciate it. What do you guys think she responded with? I didn't think she was gonna respond at all. She responded. I think she meant to say unfortunately or I unfortunately, but she said I fortunately, which is kind of funny and kind of ironic. But she said, I fortunately don't have a direct link. Since I have used this photo a couple months ago, I apologize that I can't be more help to you. Okay. Funny enough, I've actually used that exact website, so I know how it works. If you guys may or may not know, I have dabbled in many different business adventures in the past, and using that website for mock-up photos when I used to sell t-shirt designs was something that I did a lot. So you know what I did? I logged into my old account from 3 years ago, and it took me 2 seconds to find my downloads. Right at the top, click on my downloads, takes you on over, you get all of your downloads. So it would take her 2 seconds to go find her downloads. Just because you used it a couple months ago doesn't mean that the photo is completely disappeared. You have no idea how to get to it anymore. And what's really funny is the fact that she uploaded everything on her Instagram on August 31st, which was a couple weeks ago. Anyways, I know this girl is lying. I know she was probably nervous, scared. This is her first time maybe in business. She didn't know that this was something that she wasn't supposed to do. Or another theory, which I think might be the most accurate theory of mine, is that she's so used to purchasing all of these mock-up photos and not taking the photos herself, which is okay. I mean, I really recommend for everybody to take their own product photos, especially if it's a handmade item. But if you find a mock-up that you can use, I mean, I guess if you want to use that, you can. But in this instance, what I think had happened was she had found my Etsy store, and she noticed that all of my photos looked exactly the same. And especially with my wax melts, she probably noticed, hey, this looks like the same photo, which I create my own mock-ups. If you guys want a video on that, I can make a video on that for you guys, but I basically do it in a way to where I am able to take the same photo of one of my products and I can just change up the label for different scents, and that way everything is very cohesive and I like the way it looks on my shop. So she must have seen that and thought, hey, this looks like a mock-up photo. She must have purchased it from somewhere, and that means that that's being sold somewhere. So even if I can't find that on the website, I can use this photo because it's obviously a mock-up photo, which,
I mean, thanks.
It's kind of a compliment, you know, like, sucks, but it's a compliment. So that's my theory on it, and I think I was just frustrated because I didn't get an apology. Yes, she took the photos down, and that's honestly the whole thing. And you might be thinking, Erica, she took the photos down. Get over it. I am gonna get over it, but I want to tell you guys first. So, you know, I gotta make a video about it and let you guys know what I'm doing from here and kind of how I'm moving forward on it. So yes, I'm very happy she took the photos down and she changed up the description. I do wish she would have taken accountability and she would have been honest, but if you think about it, the world, it's a very weirdly natural thing to think of a lie on how to get out of something, on how to not take accountability and take responsibility for something. It's such a normal thing to do, which sucks, but it's a very normal fight or flight reaction that humans have. So I got to give her the benefit of the doubt. You know, it is what it is. Luckily, she did take everything down, so it's good in that aspect, but it's just one of those things where, I don't know, it got me heated, you guys. It got me frustrated because I put so much work into my product photography and editing. Editing takes forever. So to have somebody take your photo and just use it as their own, it's a very weird feeling. It's definitely a strange feeling. I'm not fond of it. But something that I wanted to talk about in this video, you know, following that story, is that I actually was not I was not aware of how to copyright an image, what's considered a copyrighted image. And what I had found was that basically as soon as you take a picture of something, it's copyrighted by you. You have that property. That is your image and nobody else can take it, or else it's considered copyrighted. So that's why it's very important for you guys when you guys are looking for images for your labels, if you guys want to use images for your labels, to make sure you are paying for them or that they are non-copyrighted images. It's so important because it does suck when people take it from you and they're making money off of that image. So it's just a really weird feeling. So moving forward from that, I was looking into how can I protect myself against this. The person who brought this to my attention had recommended me to do a watermark, but I don't know if that's gonna look bad on my photos. I don't really wanna do a watermark, but I was looking into LegalZoom, and apparently you can get a registered copyright on your photos. I really don't know if I'm gonna go that far. Maybe if this does happen again, I might, but I'm gonna put a disclaimer in all of my Etsy listings basically saying these images are copyrighted by me. Maybe something with a description, the way the description is written out. I don't know. I wanted to talk about this specific topic with you guys to be aware of this thing happening. So maybe you guys who spend a lot of time on your product photos, you guys obviously don't want other people to take it. And just so you guys know that when you take those photos, it is automatically copyrighted. So that you guys have protection with that when it comes to the law. But I do suggest for you guys also to look into doing a disclaimer on your Etsy listings, just to say that it is copyrighted. If you guys are really nervous about it, look into LegalZoom or other places where you can register copyright. That way you can get documentation on it, which again, I might do, I don't know. A lot of people have asked me before in the past about trademarks and all that kind of stuff, but I don't know. I guess I just never have been faced with this kind of situation. Yes, I have had people copy my label design and kind of twist it a little bit to make it their brand, but it looks very similar to mine. And I've had you guys bring that to my attention before, and I just kind of laugh at it. I'm like, oh, you know, like, yeah, that's basically my label. But to have somebody take a photo that you took and make it their own, it's just a whole nother level. It's something, and I think that's why this made me so heated more than having somebody, you know, basically copy my label design, because it's bound to happen. And I've talked about that in previous videos. I've talked about how, you know, people are gonna copy you, you know, it is what it is, it's flattering, whatever it is. But there's a difference between taking inspiration and copying kind of like a design and actually taking something of somebody else's. So that's pretty much the end of the story. I think moving forward, tomorrow I'm going to contact the Place It by Envato, that website, and I'm just going to send them the image and I'm going to ask them, hey, have you ever sold this on your website before? Because if she is telling the truth, I want to know that that website is not selling my image, but I have a feeling that she's lying. It's just like that gut feeling when you're like, yeah, she's lying through her teeth. So that is today's video. I guess I didn't get as heated as I thought I was gonna be, which is good, because I made sure I didn't have lights on me, because when I get too heated in videos and I have my bright lights of my studio lights on me, I feel like I'm gonna pass out, because it's just too much for me. So I made sure that it wasn't super bright in here, so I apologize. I just wanted to sit down, whatever kind of background I have, and just tell you guys the story and make you guys aware of this, because this is something that it's not just me that is going to, you know, have these situations happen. I've seen much worse of people just blatant copy of websites and business names and all that. And that's another reason for you guys to look into registering your business name, get a DBA, make it legal. I know I never talk about legal stuff, but maybe one day I will, but just look into the legal aspects to protect your name and try to protect as much as you can. So that is gonna do it for today's video. If you guys liked it, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And don't forget to follow me over on Instagram at MemoryBoxCandleCo. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.